Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. This is crucial for your future. It's time to take control of your life, your business, your destiny. But here's the thing, you cannot move forward if you don't first recognize the signs of stagnation. Recognize the signs of stagnation, understand the early signs of complacency and stagnation, which hinder growth and progress in your personal and professional life. You know, one of the most dangerous traps you can fall into is the trap of stagnation. I want you to understand something. Stagnation isn't just about standing still. It's a slow, creeping force that makes you believe you're still moving, but in reality, you're just circling in place. And this, my friends, is where people get stuck. They think because they're busy, they're progressing. They think because they're doing the same things every day, that somehow something's going to change. But let me tell you this, if you're not growing, you're dying. Growth is not optional in life. You see, stagnation is like a quiet killer. It doesn't scream at you. It doesn't announce itself with flashing lights or sirens. It just quietly saps your energy, your ambition, your drive, until one day you look up and you're years down the road and you wonder where the time went. Now think about this. If you're not seeing results, if things aren't shifting, it might not be the world outside of you. It might be you, your habits, your mindset, your refusal to step into discomfort and challenge what you know. Most people won't admit this, but it's the truth. Stagnation doesn't happen overnight. It's the small daily decisions that keep you locked in place. The decision to take the easier route, the decision to avoid hard conversations, the decision to keep doing the same things and expecting different results. The root of stagnation is fear of failure, fear of change, fear of discomfort. But here's the key. You have the power to change it. The moment you recognize stagnation, the moment you feel that sense of I'm stuck, that's your cue. That's the sign. Run, step out of that comfort zone, make the changes that need to be made, because if you don't act, you'll stay right where you are. It's as simple as that. You're not built for mediocrity. You were made to grow. Understand the power of momentum. Learn why maintaining forward motion is critical. Momentum is a powerful force that can either work for you or against you. Now, let's talk about something that trips up so many people, the fear of growth. And I'm going to be real with you, growth is scary. It's not this nice, easy little thing you just slide into. Growth comes with growing pains. It's uncomfortable, it's messy, and it often feels like you're about to lose your footing. But here's the truth you need to hear. Asterisk, if you're not scared, you're not growing. And that's the difference between those who make it and those who stay stuck. Think about it. You want to change, you want to elevate your life, but there's that voice in your head, that nagging fear telling you, what if I fail? What if I can't handle it? What if I'm not good enough? That fear can be paralyzing, and it's designed to keep you right where you are, comfortable and familiar. But you have to ask yourself, is your comfort zone really serving you? Is it helping you reach your full potential? Or is it simply making you more afraid to step outside of it? Growth is uncomfortable by design. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, to stretch your capacity, to break down old beliefs and rewrite your story. And here's the kicker. You can't grow unless you're willing to embrace that discomfort. Growth is about pushing through the fear, making the choice to be uncomfortable now so that you can be more capable, more powerful, and more fulfilled later. And here's where most people falter. They mistake fear for a sign to stop, but fear is not a red light. It's a green light. It's telling you, hey, You're on the verge of something big. Step into it. And when you recognize this, you stop running from the fear and start running toward it. Fear is a signal, not an obstacle. So if you see it, don't shrink back. Run right at it. Because on the other side of that fear lies the life you've always wanted. Self-awareness is key. Knowing when you've reached your limit or when your growth is being stunted is vital to break free from negative patterns. Let's talk about self-awareness, because this right here is where most people miss the mark. You cannot move forward, you cannot grow, unless you're honest with yourself about where you really are. And I mean really honest. You see, most people go through life thinking they're doing fine, but deep down they're living in denial. They'll tell you they're working hard, but when you really dig, you see they're just spinning their wheels. They'll tell you they're in a good relationship, but when you take a closer look, it's toxic and draining them. This is where self-awareness comes in, knowing yourself deeply. You need to be able to look in the mirror and say, where am I really? What am I really doing? What is actually working? And what am I just pretending is working? Because if you're not honest with yourself, you'll never make the changes that are required for your success. Self-awareness means recognizing that you've been stuck, that you've been coasting, or even worse, asterisk, that you've been lying to yourself about how much you're really putting into your goals, asterisk. We all have blind spots. We all have areas where we're fooling ourselves. But when you have the courage to face those things head on, when you stop lying to yourself and admit that something has to change, that's when the magic happens. That's when you gain the power to change your life. Being self-aware is about taking a step back and objectively assessing your situation. It's about recognizing that you are the common denominator in all of your successes and all of your failures. You can't blame other people. You can't blame circumstances. You have to own your situation, good or bad, because only then can you change it. And here's the hard truth. If you're not aware of where you are, you'll never know where you need to go. The key to transformation begins with self-awareness. Until you truly know yourself, the battle has already been lost. It's time to get real. Take a hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I need to change today to move forward? And then do it. The fear of growth. Acknowledge that growth often comes with discomfort. This fear can stop many from pursuing greatness, but you must push through it. Now let's dive into something that many people refuse to talk about, the fear of growth. And let me tell you something right now. Growth is never going to feel comfortable. It's never going to feel easy. Growth feels like you're stepping into the unknown, and let's be real, that's scary. When you begin to stretch beyond your current limitations, your mind starts throwing all kinds of objections at you. What if I fail? What if I can't handle it? What if people think I'm crazy? But here's the thing. If you let that fear control you, it will keep you in the exact same place forever. Understand this. Fear is a natural part of the growth process. Fear is not the problem. It's how you react to it that makes the difference. See, fear can either paralyze you or it can push you forward. It's all about perspective. You have to recognize that fear is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're on the verge of something big. When you're about to grow, fear will show up like an uninvited guest, but you have to learn to treat it like a sign that says you're about to step into your greatness. Now, why do we fear growth? Because growth means change. Growth means stepping outside the boundaries of what's familiar, and that's uncomfortable. But here's the key to understanding this. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. If you're always playing it safe, if you're always sticking to what you know, you'll never experience the joy of real progress. You'll never see what you're truly capable of. So when fear shows up, don't run from it, run towards it. Embrace it, lean into it, because on the other side of that fear lies a version of you that is more powerful, more confident, and more capable than you ever imagined. The truth is, the only way to get to the next level is through the fear. So when that fear creeps in, and trust me, it will, embrace it. Because on the other side of that fear is everything you've ever wanted. Decide to change or stay stuck. Life is a series of choices. The decision to move forward or stay stagnant is in your hands. Let me ask you this: how many of you have ever found yourself looking back at your past, thinking about what could have been? That pull, that temptation to stay stuck in what you once were, rather than step into what you could become. This is where the past becomes dangerous. It's like an anchor that tries to hold you down, telling you that who you were is who you are, or worse, who you'll always be. And here's the truth: you cannot move forward if you're still attached to the past. I know it's tough. The past can be so familiar, so comfortable. You have memories, experiences, people who defined who you were at one point in time. But here's the thing: the past is not a blueprint for your future. The moment you start to let the past dictate your present, you start living in a false reality. You start making decisions from a place of nostalgia, from a place of comfort, rather than from a place of possibility. And the moment you make that shift, where the past starts calling the shots, that's when you're in danger of being stuck. Let me be clear, it's not about erasing your past. It's about recognizing that your past does not have to dictate your future. Yes, you've made mistakes. Yes, you've had failures. Yes, you've been hurt. But none of that is a life sentence. You have the power to redefine who you are today. You are not defined by what happened to you, but by what you choose to do next. So if you find yourself constantly looking back, constantly second guessing yourself because of what happened yesterday, remember this: you can't drive forward if you're looking in the rear view mirror. Stop letting the past control your potential. It's time to let go of what no longer serves you and RUN towards the future that's waiting for you. The only direction that matters is forward. Keep moving. Take immediate action when you see the signs. Don't just acknowledge them. Act. The key to changing your life is in your immediate response to the situation. Now, let's talk about something that so many people overlook when they get stuck in action. You see, the biggest enemy of progress is not necessarily failure. It's not even the fear of failure, though that can be paralyzing. It's the decision to do nothing. Inaction is like a silent killer. It doesn't scream at you. It doesn't show up as a big obstacle in your path, but it's there, quietly holding you back. You know what needs to be done. You know the next step, but you just don't act. Here's the brutal truth: every day you sit still, every day you wait for the perfect moment or for the stars to align. You're not just wasting time, you're losing it. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't ask you for permission. It keeps moving with or without you. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is your willingness to take that first step. But here's what happens: we get caught up in this cycle of overthinking. We create scenarios in our minds where everything has to be perfect before we can make a move. We think, once I have enough money, once I have enough experience, once I have all the answers, then I'll act. But that's just an excuse. You will never have all the answers. There will never be a perfect time. There will only be now, and in that moment you have to decide. Will you stay stuck or will you move forward? So, I'm telling you this right now, stop waiting. Stop putting it off. Take action today, no matter how small, no matter how imperfect. Inaction will never get you where you want to go, but action will always move you in the right direction. If you want to change your life, the time to start is right now. Your future starts the moment you take action.